remember that, it doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are, because it's never too late and it's never too early to do anything that you want. But what do you need to do? Act. Ready, set, go. Let's click the go. I'm kidding. Alright, so see, when you make things happen, and when you press the go button, which is there in your hand, I suppose, an imaginary one, just imagine that it is there. Okay? See, when you can act, when you can do things, that is when things can happen. You all agree? Right?
Yeah.
If you don't move, nothing will happen. But also, you need to know what you're doing. So, the point of getting your passion as something that you do for a living or for yourself to live. Some people cannot live without their passion. They say, I'm going to do this without caring about myself, because without this, I cannot survive. Some people are like that. And the people who are like that are mostly all the successful people. Because when you have that mindset that states you need to do something that you love, then you are not going to fail so much on that. Because you love what you do. You know what you're doing. And you are the best person to explain to people about what you're doing. Because it's something that you love. When you do something that you love, when you do something that you're passionate about, you're a master at it. Isn't that true? Right? But when you do something that you don't like, you're not a master at it. But people who have a passion, then they become a master at what they're doing. Because they don't do it just because their parents are convincing them, or because their teachers are convincing them, or because their Toastmaster friends are convincing them. It's because of themselves. They want to do it because of getting their own satisfaction, not depending on other people. And that is what creates a successful person. So always remember that action leads to success. You can accomplish anything as long as you have the passion. Limits are only in the mind for you, and you can always act with whatever it is you're doing. Next one, please. So the next one is about the achiever's mindset. You all have the paper, right? The achiever's mindset and the average mindset, right? I'm going to go to that shortly, okay? But first, let me explain about an achiever, okay? So, see, like as written here, the tick mark is of course there, achiever, right? Just to show that it's real. And all of this, what it actually means is when you do something that you're passionate about, when you do something that you can put in your mind, okay, there's no limits that can stop me, and I will always act, I can do what I want to do, then you will be, eventually, no matter how long or how short it takes, you will be an achiever. Okay? And when you become an achiever, that is your greatest satisfaction. Why? Not because of people complimenting you or your parents being happy with you. No, it's because you get your own satisfaction. You work so hard in doing something, and you achieve something, which makes you feel the greatest satisfaction, or what I like to call it, the greatest inner satisfaction. Because, see, when you do something that you're passionate about, you get your satisfaction. But when you achieve in something that you do, that's the greatest inner satisfaction. Nothing beats that. Because you work so hard and you're there on the top. Everybody is there praising you, and everybody is there complimenting you, everybody is there waiting for you, maybe for you to sign an autograph. I don't know. It depends on what is the achievement, I guess. Right? But see, the point is, when you can do all of this and when you can become an achiever, that is supposed to be the main purpose. Right? See, people should not think that, oh, I want to be an achiever just because I want to get credits from different people. Because that's not the way. To be successful, you need to think about yourself first. How can I, for example, how can I help other people? Right? That is my passion. If I cannot help myself. That's the question, right? That's the biggest question. Right? If you can't do things, for yourself, and if you cannot erase your imperfections, then how can you help the world? How can you help people? Many people are like that. They feel that, oh, I need to try my best to help people as much as I can. Right? In fact, I used to be like that. But then when I realized that I am someone who is so imperfect, how can I help other people? But when you slowly, step by step, start achieving something and getting better and better and better at what you do, then slowly you are going to be able to help other people. But first, you must help yourself. Next. All of you have the comparison sheet, right? Anybody who doesn't have it? All right.
4 people. 2 lagi. Ada lagi.
Thank you.
Alright. So everybody look at those. Okay. This is something that I made on my own. Okay. And it's not any theory from other people. It's not a copy or anything. Because actually it is copyrighted by me. Right? So pretty much it is something that I created on my own. See, after I moved from the average mindset to an achiever's mindset, that's the moment when I started reflecting on what it is I did to go where I actually went, right? It's very important to reflect, how far you have gone or how not far you have gone. It's very important. Why? Because if you don't reflect, then you're not going to keep track of where you are. And when people want to know where you are, they will ask you, not anybody else, right? They're not going to ask your grandmother about your life. They're going to ask you. So if you don't continuously reflect, you will not keep track of your own life. And that is something I experienced on my own. That is why I can confirm that that can happen. So let's start with the average mindset, okay? The average mindset was the mindset that I had in my past, okay? I was someone who was a safety seeker. You see the first point, safety seeker, right? And I was someone who did keep limits in my mind. Where did that bring me? Not far at all. It just brought me outside of my home. Third, less action and more worries. And I never felt the need to reflect with what it is I'm doing because I did not do much. That's the whole point. Because when you have an average mindset, you will feel that you need to do things as they generally are, right? You will not move beyond your own average limits